Just before the Passover feast, Jesus knew that the time had come to leave this world and go to the Father. Having loved his dear companions, he continued to love them right to the end. It was supper time. The devil by now had Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot, firmly in his grip, all set for the betrayal. Jesus knew that the Father had put him in complete charge of everything, that he came from God and was on his way back to God. So he got up from the supper table, set aside his robe, and put on an apron. He poured water into a basin and began to wash the feet of the disciples, drying them with his apron. When he got to Simon Peter, Peter said, "Master, you wash my feet?" Jesus answered, You don't understand now what I am doing, but it will be clear enough to you later." Peter persisted, "You are not going to wash my feet, ever." Jesus said, "If I don't wash you, then you can't be part of what I'm doing." "Master," Peter said, "then not only my feet, wash my hands, wash my head." Then he said, Do you understand what I am doing, what I have done to you? You address me as teacher and master, and rightly so. That is what I am. So if I, the master and teacher, washed your feet, you must now wash each other's feet. I have laid down a pattern for you. What I have done, you do. I am only pointing out the obvious. A servant is not ranked above his master, and an employee does not give orders to the employer. If you understand what I am telling you, act like it and live a blessed life.
Come to the table of love, feast on the bread of the Lord. We are a family, one body in Jesus. Come to the table of love. Come to the table of faith. Join in the cup of the Lord. We are united, believing in Jesus. Come to the table of faith. Come to the table of hope. Join in the banquet of God. We share together one spirit in Jesus. Come to the table of hope.
Jesus was celebrating the Passover festival with his closest friends. And he was doing that in an upper room of an unnamed person's house. And during that meal, he transformed it from a time in which they were remembering the past to a time in which he was pointing to the future. He was pointing to them. He was pointing to you. He was pointing to me. And he took the bread and he broke it. And he said, "This is my body which is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me." And then after supper, he took the cup. And he said, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood. This do you as often as you drink it in remembrance of me. For as often as you eat this bread and drink this cup, you do proclaim my sacrifice until I return." Let us pray.